Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Edwin Araiza, and this is my scaffolding video lesson plan for mathematics, specifically trigonometry. In my video, I will, I will be using visuals for my pre-reading strategy. The video that the students will be watching is a 3-minute long video on right angle triangles. It's called Don't Be Afraid of Triangles. This video basically teaches students the basics of right triangles and the trigonometry associated with it. After the students watch the video, we'll go ahead and discuss what they learned, and then I'll go ahead and solve an example on the board. Now, during my example, I'll actually be reading a word problem out loud, and I'll be asking students for their input on what are the important parts of that problem. That way they can kind of identify the important things from the word problem, and we'll go ahead and solve it together. Once students are done with the example, I'm going to provide them with a worksheet which they need to complete before class ends by working in groups. And before class ends, students need to write down a summary of the VIPs, which is the very important parts of today's lesson. And they need to summarize and explain why they chose those parts of the lesson as more important for them. And they will need to turn it in before they go home. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and do my teaching. Good morning, class. How is everyone doing today? Well, I'm glad you guys are having a good day because it's only going to get better. Today we're going to go ahead and learn about right triangles and the trigonometry involved with that. So I'm going to show you a short clip on right triangles that will teach you the basics. We'll go ahead and solve an example. Then I will provide you guys with a worksheet, and we'll finish up with some VIPs. So let's get started. Now that you guys have seen the video, I'm going to go ahead and work out an example. I'm going to go ahead and read the problem and kind of work together as a class to get the answer to the question. So the problem is as follows. A 15 feet ladder leans against a wall at an angle of elevation of 60 degrees. So how many of you guys know what the question is asking? So it's telling you, it's giving you information. It's telling you that we have a wall right here, and we have a ladder against that wall. Now, what is the angle of elevation? Buzz? Correct. The angle of elevation is the angle the ladder makes with the ground. Now, the problem also states that we have a ladder that's 15 feet long. How high up the wall does the ladder rest? So we want to determine the height, and also it's asking how far from the wall is the base of the ladder. We want to determine the length of the base right here. Now we know this is 60. We know that this is a right triangle. So we have a right triangle. We know that adding the angles inside the triangle needs to equal, let's see, Jesse. Yes, it needs to equal 180. So we have 60, 90. So what is missing there for our angles to add up to 180? Woody? Correct, 30 degrees. So now that we know that, we can actually answer the question. So we have to think about what the question is asking before we can actually apply the trigonometry to it. So let's work it out. So we know this right here. We know the 60 degrees, 90, and we know that this is 30, and that our ladder is 15 feet long. To get the height, we're going to use sine. So what is sine? Rex? Correct. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So sine of 60 is equal to opposite h over 15. H will equal 15 sine of 60. And our answer, let's take out our calculators. Let's see, Mr. Potato Head? Correct. 12.99 feet. Now that we know our h, we know that h is 12.99, we need to determine our base. So for our base, we need to use this same angle right here. So cosine is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. So this is the adjacent leg, which is cosine of 60 equals b over 15. So b, our base, is going to be equal to 15 cosine of 60. And our answer is, class, as a group, correct, 7.5 feet. And there it is. So now I'm going to go ahead and provide you guys with a worksheet. Once you guys work in a group and complete your worksheet, you're actually going to have to write down your VIPs, which is a summary of the most important, the very important parts of this lesson and why you think these parts are important. If you guys have any questions, let me know. This is my video, my scaffolding video using a pre, during, and post-reading strategy. Thank you for watching.